Hello one and all, welcome back to more Let's Play Persona 3 FES. I am the Max Few Trades. In the last part, we got into a very odd friendship with Igus, to put it simply, and I choose to not think too much more into that whole thing. In this part, we are going to reach the Day of Judgment, and we're going to see what happens, and whether or not we can actually, in fact, stop the end of all things from happening. I have a pretty good hunch on the idea that we're probably going to be able to prevent it, but I don't know, alternate realities or something, maybe? Probably not. I mean, no matter how you look at it, the fact that I'm playing this game as late as I am makes me, Personas 4 and 5 happen after this game, and they all take place in the same universe, and in fact, there are Persona 4 crossovers with Persona 3, so chances are I think everyone's gonna make out of this just fine, but you never know, it's a dramatic tension and what have you. Anyway. In the last point, you might remember a bunch of these fellows telling me to go to Tartarus a whole bunch, even though there was no absolute need to do so. Well, it was actually more so just me not wanting to bog down all of the videos with more Tartarus nonsense and training and stuff. So I kind of went back in time and in fact did a little bit of training. I am now at level 80, feeling pretty good about that. I also experimented with some stuff, and I got some other personas and stuff, but really I think I'm gonna be sticking to Loki, all things considered. And not that any of these are like super bad or anything, it's just, I don't know, nothing really ever kind of got any better than this. I like no weaknesses, a couple of immunities, that just seems like the best thing. Also, strength, magic, and agility are all almost 99, kinda hard to argue with that. So, assuming that we're going into the end game here, I mean, I'm at level 80. I feel like it's very possible. I'm hoping that that'll be enough. Let's see what everybody's got to say. This is gonna be the last battle, huh? Alright then, let's go to Tartarus, Dai. We will. I don't know if you all realize this, but it's all gonna be over in a few days. We've been through so much together, but we can't think about that now. We have to concentrate on defeating Nyx. So let's get going to Tartarus. We're gonna do that tomorrow, guys. My father couldn't stop the experiment from happening. When I close my eyes, I see his sad face just like in that video. I gotta get rid of the dark hour and return a smile to his face. Yukari, you are a good. It's almost time. How are your preparations going? Pretty good, I'm gonna be honest with you. I should show you guys my items. We need to be fully prepared if we want to win. I don't remember how my item setup looked when you guys last saw it, but I've got like a bunch of stuff. I bought like as much stuff as I possibly could because I just felt like it. And, I got some of this stuff too. Also, hang on. Oh, for a second there. Oh, no, I actually do have a couple of these things. All right, so like luck and endurance. I have no reason to not use these now. I know luck and endurance are two of the things that are not great on Loki. And that's luck and agility. So, yeah, that should boost Loki up to maximum speed and decent endurance and okay-ish luck. All right, there you go. Fantastic. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and say that my preparations are going pretty fantastically. Thank you for asking. Ken, how about it? Wow, black coffee is really better. That's an incredibly weird and random thing to say right now. I heard that when I grow up, I'll acquire a taste for it. Do you think that's true? I'm gonna go ahead and say no. It's more so you kind of get addicted to the effects that it gives you. You're right. No one knows about the future. Anyways, let's do our best. So, one of these characters is being significantly less introspective than the others. I'm just throwing that out there. The day is almost here. This will be the last battle. There won't be any second chances. Unless you saved your game at any point beforehand, in which case there will be many chances. You won't be able to obtain any additional items or equipment once it begins. So, spend your time wisely until then. And then there's the Fuka. How you doing, the Fuka? Right now, Natsuki-chan is somewhere far from here, living courageously, so I will do the same. That's a good way of going about it. All right then, so I can't conceive of any reason why I would ever go to the arcade at this point. The persona I think I'm gonna be sticking with for the rest of the game is pretty much as strong as he's ever gonna get, so I suppose we're just good to go. Everybody cross your fingers that I will be able to defeat the challenges that lie ahead. I mean, eventually I'll do it, no matter how bad things get, but I'm feeling pretty comfortable. I think we're gonna be able to pull it off. And badoom! It is the Sunday. January 31st. Today is the promised day. At last, you can confront Nyx at the top of Tartarus. You suspect that once you enter Tartarus today, you won't be able to leave until the battle is over. That's interesting that they would point that out, considering, like, you know, I don't know, the fact that once you go to Tartarus, you literally can't leave Tartarus without repercussion. So, it's kind of weird that they would do that. It's like, yeah, you can't really leave Tartarus until any of the things you do is done, and even if you do, you lose your chance. And nobody is even here. Well, that's peculiar. Hang on, how are my stats going here? I'm in good condition. Hang on a second. I need to use this bathroom. If there's even the smallest of chances of being able to be going into this in great condition, then I want to take it. As he spends an hour and a half in the bathroom. You feel normal. Damn, the bathroom betrayed me for the final time. I am disgusted and appalled. Is everybody maybe in their rooms? The room where Shinjiro... Oh. Can I? Huh. Shinjiro's belongings are still on his desk. You found what you lent to Shinjiro. No, I have no desire to take that. A very minimalistic approach, it seems. Yeah, I'd say that was fitting. Didn't even think to maybe go inside that room. Let's see, Ken doesn't seem to be in his room. I guess nobody is in their rooms. All right then, well, wherever everybody is, I hope they're doing fine and dandy. You have a very important task tonight. Will you sleep until then? I'm gonna go ahead and say... I'm tempted, but hang on. Let me see something really quick. I'm just curious. I just want to know, like, can I find anybody anywhere? It's just kind of strange to me that I can't talk to them before, you know, we get into the mad chaos of everything. Like, anybody around at all? There's a bunch of people suffering from apathy syndrome, but they're not who I'm looking for. Alright, well, let's see. I've seen characters in the mall once or twice, so it's not impossible. I'll check the mall and the station. If I can't find anybody... I don't know, just a bunch of dudes just standing around doing a whole lot of nothing. I mean, they've all kind of got to be somewhere, don't they? All right, hang on a second. Let me check out the Awataudai station real quick. Awataudai. I'm sure that's definitely 100% the way you pronounce that. No questions asked. Nothing. Ain't nobody nowhere. That is so strange and odd to me. Huh. Well, all right then, game. I don't really have much of a reason to do anything, I guess. All right then, fine. Well, I already left the dorm, so just going back in is going to make time pass, so... I suppose that works out in the end. I just kind of figured, I don't know, the events before the storm would be, you know, something noteworthy. I guess not.
All right. This will probably be the last time we meet like this.
Perhaps.
Is everyone ready?
As one can be.
Can I say something?
Yeah, of course you can. You're Yukari.
I know that we have to defeat Nyx. But if you think about it, that means we'll be getting rid of the Dark Hour.
Indeed, I believe that was always the goal.
So our memories may disappear.
Oh. Huh, yeah, you know what? That actually makes sense. Wow, how did I not think of that?
But even if that happens, I want you all to know I won't forget you.
Aww.
Even if it robs us of all of our memories together, I will still remember you all.
Yay.
We know you will, Yucatan.
She's just too dang stubborn to let go of anything that matters to her.
I won't forget you either.
Neither will I.
I will not forget you, Yukari-san. Don't worry. Even if you do forget about us, I'll remind you.
Nice.
Yeah, so don't worry about it.
We are united to defeat this weird god.
I'm so glad to hear that.
Okay. Then after the battle, no matter what happens, let's promise to meet each other again.
I assumed once the deed was done, we would just head back to the dorm. So I'm not entirely sure where exactly are we going to end up. What do you anticipate is going to happen after we've won?
Good idea, but where should we meet? I don't think it should be the dorm. We'll come back here anyways if all goes well.
Yeah, so like...
Hey, shouldn't we also decide on when we'll meet?
Yeah, it should be a special day.
What about graduation day? When the dark hour vanishes, our memories might not disappear right away.
You think it'll be like a slow burn and we'll just slowly lose them over time?
So we shouldn't plan to meet too soon after the battle.
If I'm being honest, that sounds horrifying.
And there's no day that will have more significance to us all. Wow, you're really smart, Yukari-san.
At least I've always thought so.
Graduation day. Yes, that will be easy to remember.
Yeah, that's probably our best bet. Graduation day it is. Now, where should we meet?
It should be somewhere where it's easy to recognize that peace has returned to the city.
Well, if I may be so bold as to assume, I'm gonna go with perhaps maybe the school rooftop?
And when we meet again,
That seems to be where all of our most dramatic moments take place, and it constantly goes on about how great of a view it is.
we should remember how we're feeling right now.
Mind-numbingly terrified? Why would you want to remember that?
That no matter what may happen, we will never look back.
I agree.
Indeed.
Sorry, but you'll just have to wait.
Please do not talk down to Koromaru. He is good, doggo.
All right then, let's get going.
I'm gonna say... let's do this like always. Let us defeat thine enemies. It will be mad awesome.
Together,
We're gonna make this happen, people. Well, at least
I will do my best.
4 of us will definitely do it. The others will stand by and provide moral support.
Good, because I'm counting on you.
This is going to be easy.
Yes, it is.
I appreciate the confidence. Confidence is good. Confidence is key. Oh, I guess another chance to talk to everybody. Koromaru, your input? Bark, bark. That's very insightful. I must end the dark hour for my mother, Shinjiro-san, and me. I will fight with my all. It's not for revenge. It's so we can live. Nice. My dad delayed the fall until now, so he could pass me the baton. And I'm gonna run with it until the very end. You'll do him proud, Yukari. Chidori gave me this life, and I'm not gonna let it end today. I'm gonna beat the hell out of Nyx. Hell yeah, you are. Symbolically. It all ends tonight. But don't worry, I know we'll win. Shinji will be fighting with us tonight. In spirit he shall. I want everyone to live, and I want to live too. That's what I'm going to fight for. Alright, so I skipped past Mitsuru because I'm not sure which one of them I'm going to have to talk to. Mitsuru, I think it would probably be Fuka. It's kind of gone there. I wasn't able to save my father, but his dreams live on inside of me. I'll make sure they come true. Alright, let's get going. Yeah, okay, see, that's kind of what I thought, because she was being very leader-like in this instance. I see, then let me know when you are fully prepared. Yes, I know. I just wanted to talk to everybody. If the world ends, our bonds of friendship will disappear. And I don't want that to happen. I want to strengthen our bonds, so I can't let the world end today. Oh man, are the only bonds I'm not going to forget the ones I maxed out? That'd be an awkward ending. Alright, I assume that's not the case. Alright, then I guess I'm as good as we're gonna get. And I already heard the thing. You're gonna do this for your father, and that is real good. Let's go. There's no turning back this time. Once you enter Tartarus, you won't be able to leave. So I've been told, are you ready? Aye, Captain. Alright, let's go. Hopefully, for the final time, the clock graphic explodes. Alrighty, just gotta get to the tip top. As always, I'ma bring Yukari. I'ma bring Igus. And I'm a bring Konomaru. There we go. Y'all are the strongest folks I've got available to me, and I'm feeling pretty good. I've outfitted them with the best stuff that I have, so we should be good. Although, for some reason, I'm feeling cautious. Like, okay, did I at some point get something else? I don't believe I did. Yeah, no, none of this stuff is any better. She's already got the strong stuff, and she's got the strongest thing. I got a whole bunch of these things now, and we're good. We're good. We got this best stuff, I imagine. All right, then. If Yukari is looking good, then that means everybody is. All right, time to go to the top. Although I'm going to have to actually go through a couple floors before I get to the top. All right, I shall attempt to avoid all forms of combat. And, oh yeah, I'd completely forgotten that I had changed my weapon to an axe. During my training, I was getting frustrated because I was so freakishly close to being able to kill an enemy in one hit with my physical attack, and I was just doing barely not enough damage for it. So I switched to the axe because it gave me the most attack stat, and then I was able to do it, and then I just kind of stuck with it until then, and then I forgot that I even did it. Should I switch back to my spear, I wonder? It will be a downgrade in attack, but I will get my, okay, let's see. As long as it's not too bad of a downgrade. Yeah, all right, I prefer the accuracy, yeah. Plus, I've been sticking with lances as long as I possibly could. It's good to stay that way. There we go. I should be strong enough to take on any of those enemies that were giving me trouble now. I was many levels weaker than I currently am, so it shouldn't be a problem. Now, I would prefer to not get into any fights before I'm thrown into the final boss, because I feel like that would just weaken me a bunch, and that would be no good. The path to the next floor is blocked, but it shan't be no longer. All right, goes. I combined girls and guys together to get goils. I'll scan the upcoming floors. What? I sense something powerful on the 258th floor, but it's not a shadow. It's Strega. I knew they'd be here. Please be careful. 250. That's 3 floors above. Is this game trying to soften me up with enemies before I can get into a fight? Cause that'd be terrible. I don't want to lose any of my HP or SPs. I need that for fights. Okay, the only thing I sense on the 258th floor is one of the members of Strega. I'm not sure which one it is, but keep your guard up. Well, I imagine if it's only going to be one of them and not both, then it would have to be Revolver Man, whose name escapes me. But then that would make me wonder where the other one is. We'll get answers as soon as we get up there. One of those guys from Strega is on the next floor. Please be careful. All right. Just gotta sneaky snoo my way around, like so. There we go. I'm too fast, too furious, too quick, too cunning. I got all the moves. You got none of the moves. Oh, okay. Well, now I'm left to assume that perhaps I would have gotten healed. All right, fair enough. They're trying to delay us. Let's go immediately. And you can even, like, change your party around at this point. Let's go. We don't have much time left. All right, I'm going to assume that everyone's just going to say different variations on, we gotta go, stop wasting time. Are you ready? Yeah, I guess I'm fighting Strega. I mean, I guess that makes sense, but I already whooped them real good once before, so not entirely sure why they're doing it why we're making us do this again. Oh, no, it's you. Hello.
So, you came after all.
Yeah, why wouldn't I?
You?
Him!
Where's your partner? Takaya went on ahead of me.
So wait, am I gonna have to fight you two separately?
He's destined for greater things.
Because I defeated you both together very easily, so...
So, it looks like you're serious about fighting Nyx.
A Godoy.
How do you know about Nyx?
Also, yeah.
I pieced together the information Ikutsuki left behind.
Ow.
But not all of it made sense. He was a real nutjob.
Yeah, that's definitely not a pot and kettle situation at all.
Did you know Ikutsuki?
We were surprised to find out he was your boss.
I don't even know if we could really call him that. He didn't do much.
We really only knew his name.
He was just one of the researchers who created us.
Eh?
He created you?
In what regard?
Who are you?
There's no use in telling you. The end is near.
You can't just drop something like that on us and then not elaborate. What the hell?
We don't have time for this. Get out of our way.
Can't do that, little lady.
I'm almost positive Mitsuru is taller than you.
There's no way you'll be able to stop Nyx.
And yet we're going to attempt to anyway.
But I can't let you interfere with Takaya's wish.
You don't have a choice.
Do you even understand what you're saying?
I'm sure in his weird little worldview it makes sense, but eh.
If Nyx isn't stopped, all life will be destroyed.
And I'm going to guess this is the part where we fully understand that that's kind of what they're all about.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I kind of thought.
We won't live much longer, and we want to see the end before we die. That is Takaya's wish, so I'm not backing down.
All right, that's your choice, but we're just going to have to slap you down.
Enough talk.
How about you?
Let's do this.
Okay, well, you did the quote wrong, but whatever. Oh, so you do have a persona then? Because you didn't use it the last time. Still going with the grenade thing, huh? All right.
This is it. I ain't holding back.
Oh, is that going to be the excuse? You were holding back? All right, then. Well, we're not going to hold back either. All right, well. Credit where it's due. You're taking less damage. Or rather, you have more HP. So that's good.
I've improved since our last fight. You can't hide your weaknesses from me.
Eh?
This is the end of the line for you.
Oh, are you actually serious?
Yukari-chan's been shocked.
So, does he just have the weaknesses for all characters? Like, does he have, like, all of the... Hang on.
Give me a sec.
I don't know if that'll work, but if he has, like, all the elemental stuff, that'd be really kind of cheap, all things considered.
I can't lose.
Although, at the same time, that barely did any damage. It's inconvenient as all heck, but
Still fight.
really not that big of a deal.
Careful, the enemy's strong against light.
Alright then, well, I was really just kind of hoping to know his attacks, but whatever. Also, level 74. I think I was like a level, what, 7D in the last one? I don't remember, it's been a while, I trained a lot. So I guess training was a good idea.
It's my turn.
Well, what do you know about that? That works out super well.
You think you're tough? I won't lose this time.
Okay, but like, do you think you're tough? Because you just admitted to the fact that you lost to us. So I'm not really sure what you're trying to prove here. Also, there is a gargantuan numbers game thing going on here. Not to put too fine of a point on everything, but I beat you up when you were teamed up with someone else. What makes you think that you're going to be able to do this solo? You're already almost halfway done.
I can't lose.
Fat lot of good that hit evasion thing really did, considering she only was able to dodge one attack. Oh well. I think it's her weapon that gives her that at the start of battle. I mean, it's annoying, but at the same time, it's really not that big of a problem.
Choice.
No, I ain't finished yet. Come on.
Bold words for someone flat on his ass. Alright, it's not going to be a very strong attack, but hey, free damage is free damage. Yeah, there we go.
I can't lose.
2 of my party members are barely able to do anything in this fight, and we're still annihilating you without much effort. It's kind of sad, if I'm being real.
It ends here.
Well, that did slightly more damage. And then you immediately invalidated the fact that you knocked her down. Now she gets a turn to attack. That was not a good strategy.
I won't lose.
Yeah, but on her turn, she's immediately going to be better. Oh, is the reality of the situation finally starting to sink in there, Doyo? Doyo, are you aware that you're gonna fall down, go boom? Also, man, that's a weird persona. All right then, well, I'd say it's been fun, but
I can't lose.
you're kind of an annoying jackass, if I'm being perfectly honest. So... Oh, nope, he still gets one more turn left in him. Good for him. Well, to be fair, I'd say it's actually rather fitting that I was the one to actually, you know... Wha-dang! And the crowd is shocked at this turn of events. It was unforeseeable that such an event could have ever taken place.
I failed.
Yeah, that's pretty much the biggest plot twist ever. You gonna give us a bit more information on that whole created you thing now, or you just gonna dangle that in front of us?
What are you waiting for? Finish me off.
Yeah, because that's something we're established as doing.
I would do anything for Takaya.
Okay.
Why are you so loyal to him?
You wouldn't understand.
Try us.
Takaya showed me the light when I was in the darkness.
Okay.
It was a long time ago. In order to better understand the Dark Hour, Kirijo rounded up kids that were living on the streets and gave them special powers
Oh.
so they could investigate Tartarus.
What?
But when that power doesn't emerge naturally, it's difficult to control.
That would explain why Chidori's persona started strangling her, now that I realize. Yeah, that makes sense.
So the kids had to take experimental medication so their powers wouldn't kill them. Only 3 kids out of the original 100 survived. And after 6 months, the experiment was canceled.
Holy crap, that's a lot of dead kids. Mitsuru, your company did a lot of messed up stuff.
Then those 3 were...
You all suffered at the hands of Kirijo.
Takaya saved me from it all. He said, don't let the past control you, and don't look to the future. Simply live in the moment. To be honest, I don't even care about Kirijo anymore. But Takaya's wish must be fulfilled.
You.
Of ending life? That's just... Like, I'm sorry. Legitimately, that your life has apparently been a very large sequence of traumatic events, but that ain't the answer. Yeah.
We were here too long.
We're running out of time. We have to go now.
But we can't.
You idiots! I don't want your pity!
So, just gonna leave him to die then. I guess limited options.
I won't let you eat me.
Is that something shadows do? I don't know if I've ever actually known a shadow to eat.
I believe in you, Takaya. Fulfill your wish. I will hold on to the freedom you gave me to the very end.
Damn!
Hey, was that... Did he...
Let's go.
Yeah, probably best not to dwell on that right now. Alrighty then. I can only assume that I'm now going to have to fight Takaya up there. And I'm left wondering, is he going to be able to... We get healed, that's good. Is he going to manage to prove to be more of a threat? I'll give credit where credit is due. Jin definitely did a hell of a lot more to us this time than he did in the last fight, but only just barely. I sense another human on the 262nd floor. Strike again, and it must be that guy Takaya. This is it, be very careful. Alright then. So then I can get into fights. I'll heal before I have to do any battles, but I could still get exhausted over time. So it's still probably not the greatest idea to get into a fight. And I also have a lot of experience before I actually can level up in any capacity, so probably not the best idea anyway. It would just eat away time we don't have. We gotta get up there and we gotta stop Nyx ASAP. And I managed to find a whole bunch of dead ends. So, I mean, in that instance, everything is pretty great. But if it could possibly maybe be the exit, that'd be better. Ooh, a chewing soul. That is very useful. Anything that gives me a boost to the SPs. As I stab the stairs in anger and rage. You're almost to the top. Hang in there. Yep. Almost there. Just a little bit farther. And I'm going to... Okay, that's not a dead end. It doesn't matter. Because it wasn't the right way anyway. So it was a dead end. It probably just ended up leading to treasure. Takai's on the next floor. Stay alert. As alert as I can be. Killing this thing serves absolutely no purpose whatsoever, but on principle, I kind of need to.
A surprise attack. There's only one.
Weird how even when you get the advantage, they get the advantage. That was a lot of damage.
Good job.
And, oh, longsword. I don't think I'll get a chance to use that for anything. Makes me wonder why they would even bother having that stuff spawn in when it can only drop stuff that wouldn't be useful. An odd morsel. Are we gonna get attacked? I didn't really mean to talk. I was just kinda... And Koromaru was lagging behind, and then I ran! And then I ran back, and that... Okay, fine, well, I don't want to do this, but otherwise we're gonna get advantaged, and I don't want that.
Watch out. There are 4 enemies.
I can handle it. This is a very mild issue for me. I've been I fought so many gigantic dice blocks in my training session that it ain't even funny.
You found the enemy's weakness.
Found nothing. I knew about it ahead of time. And this should annihilate them. Yeah.
Good job.
Didn't even need to soften them up with the lightning beforehand. And all right. No reason to not grab extra experience though. There we go. All right. I'm assuming that I do get all of my stuff back before we get into any serious fights. And if this fight goes anything like the last one, well, I can only imagine and assume that we're probably gonna do okay. Yep, everybody's healed up. Let's do this thing. Time to confront the absolute bonkers crazy pants man. Got a few people who'd like revenge on him specifically.
Is the top of Tartarus past here?
Well, I see an incline, so I'm gonna say probably.
Indeed.
Oh, well, thank you. All right, we'll be on our way.
Then let us through.
I don't really think by definition he's really trying to be in the way. He's kind of off to the side.
I am not standing in your way.
I mean, yeah. All right, then let's just go.
I take it you have defeated Jin. You are quite troublesome.
Says the straight-up murderer.
What is it that you seek? These are your final moments.
Mostly to prevent it from being our final moments. That's kind of our whole thing.
The end is nigh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay.
Sorry, but we're not gonna let that happen.
Non-negotiable.
You are merely wasting your energy.
That remains to be seen.
Why not celebrate this wonderful moment?
Because we're not suffering from 5 different types of psychosis.
What better way could you spend your final moments together?
Rebelling against the darkness. That's how I would do it.
Will you shut up already?
Thank you, Yukari. But somehow I imagine he's going to talk a whole lot more before the end of this.
My life was stolen from me. And in its place, I was given a power I never asked for. And so, I learned that the future is only a delusion.
Uh-huh.
Only by striving to live every moment to its fullest can the soul truly be satisfied.
Takes a special kind of crazy to take that mindset and twist it the way you have.
That is why we welcome this glorious revelation. To shine a light upon this darkened world.
You're so full of shit.
Thank you.
I'm not dying so you can have a friggin' nightlight.
This is not merely my desire.
And it's really kind of just your desire and the desire of anybody that you made think that it was a good thing.
There are many who have also gathered to rejoice in her arrival.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you mean your cult? That's not really a good barometer.
That's just because all these weird things have been happening.
That is untrue.
Yeah, well, tell yourself whatever you want to make yourself feel better, man.
Who is responsible for reviving Nyx? Can a single person boast of this great accomplishment?
We were tricked.
You all worked tirelessly to prevent it, and yet in doing so, you unwittingly aided in her coming.
Uh-huh.
So you see, this is not just my will. It is the will of all people.
Gonna go ahead and say nah to that.
Man cannot face death without first finding meaning in life. But the world has realized that any meaning in life was lost long ago. Nyx has come because humanity has cried out for her salvation.
So, did you just go on and on about this stuff while getting your tattoos, or what?
That can't be.
I'm sorry, I know I'm undercutting your entire, grand spiel and everything, but that's really all I can think about right now.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say that, too.
And yet, there is truth in what he says.
Well, you don't have to validate him.
I guess. But now we know that it was a mistake. And that's why we're here.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a matter of whether it is possible or not. It's a matter of believing in ourselves.
And that's the message that it always was about.
That's what it means to live.
The world isn't so simple that one person can decide whether we all live or we all die.
Yeah.
So even if there is no hope, we won't give up.
Yeah, so, either we're gonna fight and win, or we'll fight and lose, but at least we can lose and say that we fought. That's how I'd prefer to go. Although I imagine none of that's really getting through to you. So.
What do you know of this world?
I don't know, what do you know of it? You're basically the same age.
No matter how long you search, or how hard you pray, eventually you will realize that there is no truth. Just as death is eternal, a truth that has been lost can never be found again. Are you really so desperate to die that you will stand before the almighty Nyx?
Wouldn't we die if we opposed her or not? Because if we just sat around and waited here, we'd end up dying anyway, so... I fail to see the point in that.
Such foolishness is what I am trying to rid this world of.
And yet you continue to talk.
If you insist on asserting your way of living, then I shall do the same.
As if you weren't doing so before.
The coming of Nyx is but moments away.
Yeah, see, anybody who has a laugh like that before getting into a fight to the death is definitely not going to have the moral high ground. Alright then, here we go. Let's do this. What kind of powers you got this time, I wonder?
You needn't hurry. The moment we await is predestined.
Uh-huh.
It's only a matter of time.
Please be careful. I sense even greater power than before.
Well, that stands to reason. It's considerably later in the game than the last time we fought him.
I'll scan the target.
Alright, let's go. How much damage? Decent amounts.
Miss.
If this is anything at all like the fight with Jin, though, it shouldn't be too difficult.
It doesn't seem like darkness will work.
Yep, pretty much figured. Still, always good to get that stuff all figured out. And I don't know how you managed that one.
Draws near.
Ah, okay, so that is how we're going to be doing this, huh? Alright. That's a mild issue. Alright. Oh, but instead...
Choice. Let us strike while the iron's hot.
I feel like if I left him sitting there, he didn't, No, actually, I'm pretty sure Mind Charge saves its double effect on the magic spell until it's used. So no. Although Koromaru and Yukari are down right now, which is mildly frustrating. That could have been a lot better. All right, then. Well. Ironic that a character would say, I won't miss, and then miss. You know, even if she wasn't immune to piercing attacks, did you really seriously think shooting an android with a bullet was going to work? Yeah, you scratch your head. You scratch your head and you ponder just exactly why you did that.
Even as I speak, I can feel it. The end of everything.
Yeah, no, I think the only thing you're going to feel is our weapons up against you.
I pity those who cannot see it for what it truly is. A blessing.
Okay. Well, anyway, arrow! Brapapapa! And Flipsy, the flipsing dog! Interesting choice in target. You are aware that you should be aware that you already hit somebody with a weakness to that. You kind of wasted your mind charge. I mean, I'm not complaining, it's just weird that that would be a thing that happens. Alright. I'm just going to assume that at any conceivable moment, you're going to perhaps, you know, bust out a much more serious thing. Not really so far, no. Alright. The fact that you're only kind of using single hitting attacks is kind of weird. At least Jen was hitting us for multiples. Alright, well. Won't be seeing me complaining in any regard.
We are mere mortals. We cannot change our fate.
And yet we choose to try anyway.
You would be foolish to deny it.
Uh-huh. What's your point exactly? Oh, here we go. Again, not the best choice in target. Alright, well. You did a little bit of damage, and we did a lot. How are you able to miss so frequently with a freaking machine gun? You're not very good at this, I can't help but realize. Like, as a fighter, you are remarkably inept. Like, that just straight up did nothing. If you shot anybody else, you would have done damage, but you didn't. Hey, there you go. You actually managed to do something. You'll have to forgive me for not really being intimidated by that, considering the whole, you know, fact that the last time you were charged up, you shot somebody who was literally immune to that attack, so. Oh, and he's reeling.
Seems we are destined to be in opposition.
More so, you just kind of choose to be in the way.
How can you summon such power, even in the face of death?
It's not that hard to understand, dude. It's just hope for a better future. Oh, that's actually a good move to use after mind charging. He's learning! Kind of late, but... And just to, you know, rub a little bit of salt in the wound. Yeah, so that's literally going to do absolutely nothing. I feel like that's probably the most powerful you're ever going to be able to do anything, and, yeah. We can just undo it very easily. And we've got the SP to do that about a couple hundred more times. Not even gonna bother with the charge that time, huh? Yeah, uncharged, that really doesn't do much. Even charged, it didn't do that much.
Not good enough.
Alright, well, how about the bullets? Are the bullets good enough? I think they might be. Oh. Hey, think he's aiming towards Igus? Yeah, okay. You can sort of tell where he's gonna go by the direction he his animation kind of goes. He's always sort of facing the person he's gonna hit the attack with. And boom. No, I really thought that would have been good enough. All right then, death by doggo.
Death is but a blessing.
Whatever you say, man. Whatever you say. Oh, something inside of me has changed. Apparently Throth has decided to get even stronger. Did I never switch back to Loki? Oh, I should probably do that.
I have failed. haven't I?
Pretty spectacularly, all things considered.
There is nothing more I can do.
You really didn't do a whole lot. You murdered some people, and you formed a cult, and then you got your ass kicked. So,
Now, kill me.
no.
Are you scared?
What a peculiar question. You know nothing of death if you think that it is something to fear.
What do you mean?
You fear it because you do not understand it. I will not explain to you any further.
Generally, people say that when they don't actually have the ability to argue their point. If you actually, like, could follow up on that, I'd actually be very interested to hear how you're able to cope with that thing and how you're, you know, able to move past it. But basically, the argument you just proposed was, I could explain a thing. Really? Please do. I don't want to. Because you don't deserve the answer. Like, alright, sure, I totally believe you.
There's no honor in taking the life of someone who can't move. You will live to see if what you wished for comes true or not.
Yeah, lie there and repent for what you've done.
I kind of doubt that that's what he's gonna do.
You are all so odd.
Says quite literally one of the weirdest dudes I think I've ever seen in Persona. Takaya slowly closed his eyes. In death or tiredness?
We're finally here.
I assume he's alive.
Up ahead is the top of Tartarus, the promised place Ryoji spoke of. Let's regroup for the final battle.
Whew, boy, here we go. So, is there maybe... There isn't. Oh, it's down here. Hello. Also, wait, did I just completely... Yeah, he's just flat out. All right, hello. He seems to be unconscious. Indeed. All right, then hang on a second. This implies that I can come back up, which means I can save. And if I end up losing for whatever reason, which I could see being a thing that happens, because I have no idea what I'm getting myself into here, I would much prefer not to have to fight Strega again. That kind of takes a little while. So I would like to save first. There we go, there we go. And everybody's all healed up to the best of their ability. And bada bop, bada beep. All right, everybody, let's see how this all goes. I am optimistic but hesitant. It's a truly wondrous feeling. I've got to be honest. Also, does anybody else find it kind of weird that apparently the top floor of Tartarus is floor 263? Is there like a symbolic meaning behind that number, or Strega must have gone through hell too? Man, I don't doubt that in the slightest. Let's go. Now we fight Nyx. So Nyx is next, huh? Well, you don't hear me complaining. We can't let fear stop us. So this is the top, huh? We finally made it. The question is, will we prevail? Finally, we shall face our true adversary. Alright then, everybody cross your fingers. And hold on to your pants. Here we go. Or I guess we're going to end up in a entirely separate thing. That's weird. Okay. Alright then, moving on. Cross your fingers, hold on to your pants. Here we go.